I'm Mohammed Umaru. I'm the governor of Nigeria.
Nigeria and Saudi Arabia headed towards ever closer ties, especially after the Saudi-Nigeria roundtable meeting held on the sidelines of the Saudi Africa Summit this weekend in Riyadh. President Bola Tinubu wasted no time reassuring his hosts that Nigeria is the best place to do business in Africa, saying the elephantitis that plagued the nation's development and progress is cured, and Nigeria remains at the heart of Africa, serious and dynamic.
The change is right here. Perception of Nigeria has been that of layback, corruption, and giant of Africa with elephantiasis. But that is gone. The realization of that hope is here. The belief is here. The change of the perception is right here. Forget the categorization of corruption. Forget it. It won't happen no more.
His words and conversations with the Saudi government officials leading up to the roundtable meeting in Riyadh did the convincing for the kingdom's Minister of Investment, Khalid Al-Fali, who praised both countries' sense of visionary leadership.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we know that under His Excellency President Tinubu's leadership, Nigeria has embarked on the country's boldest economic reform agenda in decades. Very much mirroring what is happening in Saudi Arabia under the leadership of His Majesty King Salman and His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman. So we have at the heart of the Arab world here on the western edge of Asia and the anchor and the center of gravity of Africa on the western edge of Africa. Two economies with great set of resources, with visionary leadership on both sides, who are set on this very transformative set of reforms that are quite compatible but complementary in nature, that bode so much promise for not only our countries and our people, but indeed for our regions as we set the role model and the example of how economic development, prosperity, and putting the interests of the people first is going to result in the future.
Other ministers and top business people on both sides highlighted areas of cooperation and investment, which will be led by the newly formed Saudi-Nigeria Business Council.
The message is one of mutual cooperation, collaboration, partnership to the benefit of all and for the benefit of the good peoples of both countries. And I think the overall inspiration were two stories. The story of Saudi Arabia since 2015 under the leadership of the Crown Prince, and of course Nigeria since May 2023 under the leadership of Mr. President.
The biggest challenge has been the investment, because there has been traditionally a trust deficit between Nigeria and Saudi. The businessmen from both sides are not very comfortable with each other. But now you can see from all the discussions, so much can be done. You could see day before yesterday, a lot of agreements were signed with many countries. Saudi is ready to invest within the next 7 years up to $50 billion in Africa, and the bulk could come to Nigeria.
The Saudi-Nigeria Business Roundtable meeting, the culmination of the Saudi-Africa Summit here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The next few months will determine the outcome of the meetings here, one of which is the Saudi-Nigeria Joint Business Council, which government ministers say will be a real good opportunity for both sides to tap into the advantages of their economies. From here in Saudi Arabia, I'm Amarachi Ubani, Channel Television News.